Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a second game in this series between PwR, Elfi, and Jimpo here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. Here we have Jimpo spawning as a Terran player on the south side of the map, meanwhile PwR Elfi spawning on the north side of the map as the blue Protoss. Protoss versus Terran here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. I'm looking forward to this matchup. Just talking a little bit about the map, I believe this map, in terms of the 1v1 maps, has the most mineral patches. There is this low ground expansion here, then there is two options for your third base. Either this mineral patch here, which is blocked by destructible rocks, or another low ground expansion here, which doesn't have destructible rocks in the way, but most likely you would want to try to take down these rocks in order to gain access and easily transfer any of your SCVs than rather walk around this whole entire far ledge here. At the very wee corners of the map, there is a high ground expansion at both the 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock location, so that does help balance it out a little bit further. I've also seen a lot of players hide key tech buildings here. Void Rays, I've even seen proxy starports and battle cruisers here in the Xel'Naga Caverns in Terran versus Terran. It doesn't really work well against any other matchup except for Terran, as most Terran players only have Marines when you try to engage, and when you have Marines trying to get through that thick plating on a battlecruiser, you know, base 3 armor, the Marines don't even stand a chance. Probe now coming out from PwR Elfi. Elfi will be able to get a lot of sight and a lot of information here. Pretty much knows that Jimpo is doing a standard build, nothing out of the ordinary, no mass Marines moving out. Meanwhile, back over here, we now see Jimpo moving out with one SCV as well in order to do some scouting. And we'll be able to head off to the north side in just a second, come around that corner and be able to stick its little head in here, see that there is a cybernetics core. Once again, cybernetics core before a pylon. So it is going to delay PwR Elfi's build just a little bit. Now going for an assimilator, delaying even further. And now we should be getting a probe. There we go. Now getting that probe there, as assimilator will be coming online in just a second. So yeah, PwR Elfi, this is one of his standard builds, as I saw the same build on Blistering Sands. With that production tab up, we can see that a second refinery now being placed down as well. Jimpo going for a reactor first, as opposed to going for a barracks with a tech lab. So he may be trying to go for more. He's going to be going for mass Marines unupgraded. One of the options that Jimpo does have is he can go for a factory siege tank, and then also use the barracks with a reactor to go Marine. So Marine tank is very strong against Protoss early on. Marines are more than capable of taking down Void Rays and also taking down Immortals. Siege tanks with that very, very long range, also very, very helpful as well. But now we see a proxy pylon coming in from PwR Elfi. Elfi, proxy pylon, may get a Stargate here. No, going for a Twilight Council. Oh, he's going to go for a Twilight Council into perhaps a Dark Shrine. And Dark Templars are going to simply be able to walk up this ramp. I don't see an engineering bay. If Jimpo does go for an early starport and try to go for Raven Marines, that would be a very, very big surprise at this stage in the game. And we do see Hellions now being trained up. No tech lab down, so he may actually be trying to go for Raven Marines. Raven Marines would be very, very strong right now, as the detector would pretty much nullify the surprise factor coming in from that Twilight Council into that Dark Shrine there. And yeah, there's that Dark Shrine that I was talking about. I'm glad when I make predictions that are correct, when they are a little bit stranger than normal predictions. So there's that Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine does take a fair amount of time to build, 100 seconds to build. So Jimpo is not going to have a Raven for a little bit of time, unless he does a tech lab swap and then immediately trains that Raven. He needs to do that. Otherwise, those Dark Templar are going to simply be able to walk into his base very easily. And now there you have it, siege tanks being trained up, as a tech lab also being placed down by Jimpo as well. So the additional 25 seconds to build this one tech lab, and then perhaps an even further delay by not going for a Raven but perhaps going for a Banshee, may hurt him in the end. But there are no pylons inside the base right now, so Jimpo doesn't have too much to worry about, as there is no easy way for Power Elfi to get any Dark Templar up that ramp. You can see the Raven now being trained. It does take 60 seconds to build. And is there a proxy pylon? No, no proxy pylon. So perhaps it's going to be warped in here. You can take a look. There are 3 warp gates. So if those 3 warp gates, 3 Dark Templars warping in here, and they need to warp in fast in order to be able to go the distance, as that Raven is nearly halfway or more than halfway completed. Dark Templar now on the move. But that one Raven in the air is just going to be able to cause torment and suffering on those Dark Templar. Yeah, those Dark Templar, as soon as they walk up that ramp, it's going to be a very, very, very sad day. One Dark Templar first doing some scouting, going after one Marine, and there's the Raven. The Raven is already in the air, and that is a problem. One Dark Templar trying to get as many kills as possible, getting perhaps 2 kills, and that was it. So all of that very, very aggressive teching coming in from Power Elfi, neutralized so quickly by one Raven. Jimpo knowing the timing and getting that timing absolutely perfect. And now on the move, perhaps we are going to see reactors, a reactor onto this one starport here, allowing for a double training of Medivacs and Vikings. Zealot leg research and Zealot charge now being researched as well. It does allow Zealots to charge. In addition, it also gives Zealots that standard leg speed upgrade. So they move faster than normal Zealots, increasing their movement speed by about 25%. 20 to 25%. On top of that, they also have the ability to charge, which lets them close in on that distance much more easily during that charge activation. The only thing is that I would kind of wish for Zealots is that Zealot charge, when a Zealot is charging, it is actually immune to I want it to be immune to concussive shells, as that's what Zealots should do. Zealots should be able to use Zealot charge in order to counter Marauders. Mass siege tanks and Marines currently sitting out on that front door. Another barracks being placed down as well. Tech lab already in place. Are we going to see stim pack or concussive shells? Nothing being, or stim pack now being researched, as a Nexus also being placed down by Power Elfi. So Elfi is now running off, or will be trying to run off of 2-base play in just a second. Same thing with Jimpo. Jimpo is going to lift off this command center, place it down here, and then transfer some of those SCVs over in time. We now see a second Raven currently being built as well, so that is a bit of a surprise. 2 Ravens in the air. Ravens are very, very expensive units, costing 100 minerals and 200 gas, so Ravens do take up a lot of that gas and really slow down your siege tank production. One Dark Templar trying to take down those Hellions. However, that Raven in the air able to spot them, and now this is going to be a problem. The Power Elfi does have those Zealots, so the Zealot upgrade has been completed. 1625 versus 2100. Power Elfi also getting the Templar Archives, but no Psystorm research yet. Scanner Sweep quickly revealing one Dark Templar there. That Dark Templar, however, not going to be able to deal any damage towards this bio ball or this ball at all. Hellions now trying to move out that Hellion, or that one Dark Templar taking a lot of damage. In come the Zealots. Zealots now charging straight into this group here. Stalkers getting some damage as well. No point defense drones as those auto turrets are being finished, and now the Marines just simply attack moving, focusing down many of those Zealots, using that stutter step in order to get more damage across multiple Stalkers and other units there. Power Elfi now in full retreat, as there are 3 siege tanks, a whole bunch of Marines finishing the job, taking down this Nexus here. Another Dark Templar now making its way over. That Dark Templar quickly scanner sweeped and revealed and shot down. So Dark Templars perhaps waiting for that scanner sweep to dissipate, and Power Elfi will be trying to test the waters once again, and now able to come in, get some damage in. It does look like there is another upgrade to an orbital command. 2 orbital commands, another scanner sweep should be coming in, and yeah, that one Dark Templar doesn't even have to worry, or that Dark Templar didn't even have to be revealed by a scanner sweep, as a Raven was close by enough to reveal it and shut it down. So yeah, a very, very fast game between Power Elfi and Jimpo here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. Power Elfi lucking out, getting that early Raven in order to shut down the very, very expensive, very, very gas-heavy Templar DT rush tech that Power Elfi was trying to go for. Jimpo with that early Raven, just I don't know if it was foresight, if he had done scouting information, knowing that Power Elfi would like Dark Templars in the Xel'Naga Caverns, but it really paid off for him. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Power Elfi and Jimpo here in the Xel'Naga Caverns.